Okay, this I think we have to start despite the fact that like only few students are there. I will start because otherwise the ones those who are in the online class they will be penalized. So let me share the screen so that you can see that I have already uploaded. So can you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
So then, as you can see, like the materials have been uploaded, and then and in terms of the PowerPoint, let me see whether I have uploaded everything. Its introduction is there. Marketing environment is there, there is Indian competition, they're both there, and yes, these ones and STP and the product, okay, that's, yeah. So the other ones also I will upload because today here the system works. Some days when I want, why not to come home? The ones those who I like. So we got only 5 students, 3 in the class and also like, okay, the 6 students I suppose, like, because 3, yeah, 6 students. It's the first time. It's really amazing. I don't know what's the reason. Anyway, we'll start the discussion today. Okay. So, yeah, I hope you do remember the last time that unfortunately I had a commitment which I couldn't compromise, so therefore I had to send an assistant. But I make sure that it won't handicap you because I have a kind of a plan to have a revision at the last class. So just before the last class, if I'm keeping the assignment as the last class, so I might take the revision just before, or else like shall we fix up the assignment day? Because if it is the last day is yeah, last day as per the calendar it says 25th of this month. Keeping the last day for revision, I'll keep the assignment date as the 18th of March. So I'm going to put that into my calendar as well. So it's better you also keep that in your calendar so that make sure that you won't miss. So there you have to submit. I'll make sure the institute is making the link in the LMS for you to submit your report, and then after that I'll take as presentation. So as it's been informed in your assignment brief, so all of you have to be either physically or virtually, which I'm taking the attendance, and also like if I feel like I want to ask the questions, I'm asking the questions as well. So get ready for it. And in case if you have any the clarification or anything that you want to clarify from me regarding the assignment, so of course we have a couple of days because we are meeting either physically or virtually, so that you can ask and clarify those points. I think I'm meeting for another 3 weeks or so. And we'll keep the last day for the revision, because in the revision then I'll make sure that once I didn't cover up, I covered it up through the assistant. I'll also keep some bit of the concern on that, like when I'm discussing that topic. And now all your the teaching materials being, I mean, the PowerPoints are being uploaded in the LMS. Only thing from my side, I have to upload 2 more, which I'll upload once we have gone for a break. Okay, so we'll start the class where So if I'm just refreshing your mind, we started with the basic, the discussion of marketing. And then we discuss about marketing environment. And then we took separately consumer behavior. So that's what here it says, the LMS. We start with the introduction. And then after that, we did marketing environment. So then within the marketing environment, we basically discuss about the macro environment. And then from the micro environment, we have taken consumer and the competitor separately. Because for marketing, these two are very important. And then we finish the marketing strategies one part, because in terms of the marketing strategies, I said like we are addressing two questions. The one is who would be our target market and how we want to place our brand in the minds of the customers. So that is what we call segmenting, targeting and positioning. That part you all have finished last week. And the other one is the last area which I'm supposed to cover up, like now in the syllabus, almost like 90% is covered. Only a few more areas to be covered, which we have enough time to cover up. And so even if we are keeping the 14th week for the presentation, and then so I can take the 15th week for revision, and also some of the questions we can try out in the class. So then these 2 weeks, it's more than enough for me to cover up the rest of the syllabus. So that means we are as per the schedule, so you don't need to worry about. So it's from our side, we have made the promise of delivering all what it's supposed to. So it's then the responsibilities come into your shoulder to perform well in the exam. Now, having said that, like we know, suppose that if you are taking a marketing manager, when marketing manager wants to offer something to a market, he or she might be like concerning two main issues. So the first thing is who would be our customer market, so customer segment, and also like how would we want to position our brand in their mind. So that part we have already covered up. And then having said that, you have a particular positioning strategy. Okay, so we want to position it as like say for an example, nowadays the Sunlight, which is the leading laundry soap in Sri Lanka. So they have positioned like if they are good to keep the clothes new for a longer period of time with the fragrance. Okay, and also like so that is their positioning strategy. And also if we take the Dialog, which is a telecommunication service provider, one of the leading company in Sri Lanka, once again, they say like the future today. So the message they want to pass is since they are in the technology driven industry, they want to show that the future technology they will bring to your hand today. So that means they are technically advanced. That's the idea they want to pass it to the customer. So likewise, you may have something to tell, so that you want your target market to interpret your brand that way. So that will give the reason for target market to come to your brand instead of going to another guy. So that is what the positioning says. The positioning gives the reason to select your brand. It says that you have to select the Sunlight because of these reasons. You have to select Dialog because of these reasons. So it's a kind of a promise. So in the positioning strategy means like me making a promise. This is what we will give through this product, service, or basically through our brand. But how we are going to deliver that promise? It's through the marketing mix strategies. If we have a particular target market, and also if we have a particular positioning strategy, now we should design the product to match that target market to deliver that positioning statement. So the delivering part of the positioning strategy is happening through the marketing mix strategies, product, price, place, promotion. So that you design the product in a way that matches with those two, target market and the positioning strategy. Also, you have to place a price again to convince that we are like this. So that's why Apple, it's always go with the high price because that is their position strategy. They want to offer it as a affluent product. And even in Sri Lanka, like if we take some coffee shops, say for an example, barista. So then, like always, the way that they are marking the price. So they keep kind of a affluent price. Why? Because that is what their position strategy. They don't want to offer it as an average coffee shop. They want to offer it as a luxurious coffee shop. So therefore, the prices and the product, the way that they are presenting the product, everything is quite unique. So that's why, like through the marketing mix strategies, we are delivering what we have from us. So we'll see like how what we can do under the product strategy. Then it will be followed by the price, place, and the promotion. Okay. Now, when we were discussing at the very beginning, like at the very first lecture or the second lecture, so we discussed like this is the session outline that I'll be taking you through. We discuss product would be anything that a particular company or particular organization can offer to its selected target market. Keep that in your mind, it could be anything. So that can be offered to a market for attention, acquisition, use or consumption that might satisfy the needs or wants of your target market. And I hope you do remember that we discussed at the very early days, like the products can be offered in different forms. It can be a physical object, it can be a service, it can be a person, or it can be a place, organization, idea, information, the properties, events, and experience. I will give you 5 minutes. Can you come across with an example for each of these one? This has already been discussed. That I just want to know. First, you try to get the example from your memory. If it doesn't work, you just go to the previous notes if it is around. Take about 5 minutes and see whether the like physical object means even a pen, bag, clothes, whatever. It's a physical object which you have the tangibility. So likewise, I want you to come across with example for each. That means your morning lecture finishes at 11. It's 8 to 11, 9 to 11, only 2 hours. Why only 2 hours? Come on. This will continue until 4 o'clock. Oh. Yeah. So I was wondering like why only 2 hours? That's only because, yeah, that's depending on the credit, yes. Bye. So while you are waiting on that, I will just put the other ones. Okay, that's, I suppose that we all have come up with an example. Until then, what I did was, I uploaded all what you require. Now we are here, and then the next one is price, place, and the promotion, and so we have just 1 week left for the revision. And in case if I would like some additional thing needs to be discussed, I'll discuss it. But at the moment, this is the syllabus which I am covering. Okay, let me go to the point where I was. Okay, hope the screen is visible to you because I've been just playing with the screen. The virtual students, can you see the screen?
Yes, teacher, it's visible.
So, what kind of examples that we have for services? Auditing, yes. The banking, the airlines, hospitals, transportation. So that's all coming under services. Persons. What you have written for persons? Actors, yes. Even political people. And even maybe sportsmen. So some leading businessmen. Okay. So they just want to keep their brand, and so they just want to maintain it. Place, what the example that you have written for places? Yeah, some places that we can use in the tourism, like the country where you live, you can figure out some interesting places. So where you can use for tourism, those are the places in Sri Lanka. We can say Sigiriya, and then so the very unique places where we can invite the tourist, either local or foreign. And the other one is organization. So what you have written under organization? Organization. So that is something new from the previous one. In the previous one, it was not there. So organization, in a sense, like the entire company is the one that they're offering. So that means the corporate brand they want to promote. So who is doing it? Some charity organizations, Red Cross, UN. And not even that, some commercial firms also, sometimes like the Unilever. So they may also sometimes wants to they may also try to offer some corporate brands. So that's why you might have seen like, I don't know how about in the other countries, but in the Sri Lankan context, whenever they are going in with advertisements, in the advertisement, they start with the U logo. That means they want to offer it as a one corporate one. Those days, just a couple of years ago, they didn't have that approach. They didn't connect the brands with the organization. Ideas? Example ideas? Anyone, either virtually or the physical? So now, yes, lawyers. The business.
Wedding plan. Wedding planners.
Yes, wedding planners and the consultants, medical consultants, the business consultants, architectural, yes. And the information. Research reports, some published materials, industrial reports, and even like the news items. Properties. Land sales people and the apartment constructors and traders. And even there would be some the people, I don't know, like how popular in other countries, whereas in Sri Lanka, so there was a time period where the people were encouraging people to purchase like teak cultivation kind of an investment. The properties. Events. Events and experience. Events means like some musical shows and maybe exhibitions and those kind of things. Experience. Water World, Disney, Leisure World, outbound training programs, adventure parks. And even nowadays, films also moving towards the experience because that's why the people love to expose to like the cinemas with 3D facilities because they just want to experience that they are really in that context. So those are some of the possibilities where the companies can offer their the product to the target market, and it is said that nowadays people buy experience than the things. So that is a trend nowadays because even if you buy like so it comes with like a social status as well, and also the revolution of the social media. Like you might have seen even people travel to different places. certainly for experience, and also they want to show their community that they are taking those experience. So that's why, so wherever they go, like they tag the location, saying that now I'm in this place. And also like taking nice pictures, even if you go to a particular hotel, and the way that you can capture the name of the hotel, and sometimes you are just going there for a dinner. So it's a conventional thing, because like having a dinner, it's not something unique. But now you want to experience it in a different way, and also you want to make it as a kind of a status for product, to maintain your status in the social media, so that you take pictures and put them in the social media and say that, okay, last night I had dinner in this place. So that's all it says, that the revolution of the social media and easy access to information. And people are really becoming more affluent, like they want to show that they are having a good social life. So the combination of these things would say that nowadays people like the experience, they purchase the experience than the things. Even if you go like out for dining, so you are experiencing the environment. You love that if it is a very unique experience, very unique environment, then it give a kind of a motivation for people to select that place instead of going for another conventional restaurant. So if we take all these possibilities, like all the different forms where we can see the product, so that can be the range into a continuum, like pure tangible to pure intangible. So as you all said, you can see here, like some of the products are yet pure tangible, like salt, rice, sugar, and those kind of ones are yet. The tangibility part is more, but intangible, like the what I am delivering is something intangible, and also like transportation and those kind of MP goes, you don't have something tangible. At the same time, like there are some other cases, like we can place somewhere within this continuum, like as you can see here, the McDonald's, which has been placed now, the center is here, little bit towards the tangibility. Why is that? We want to get the experience, so that's why it's not here. So that's the tangible, intangible part is also there. But at the same time, even though we are having a very the extraordinary kind of experience, but if the food is not delicious, we may not go. Still, the food is the priority. So that's why, since the tangibility is yet in the high priority, so they have placed it little towards the tangible side. But if you see this one, this is a Disney or whatever. So then, so that has not placed here, but it has been placed somewhere here, which is more closer to intangible side, because you are basically going here for the experience. And even if you are going here for the experience, you may like enter in some of the tangible stuff as well. It's not pure tangible. Pure intangible, sorry, it's not pure intangible, because you may carry some souvenirs. You may purchase some of those ones, and also you may have the food over there. So you may have the beverages. So likewise, so it has the tangible side as well, but it's predominantly that we are working for the experience. So that's why it's little towards the intangible side. And this is very important. So I was a little worried, like the majority of the class, it's not there today. I hope they will listen to the videos and hope they get it, because this is one of the core in product strategy. And also, even though the slides, it says like just 3 levels, the novel version, it has 5 levels. So take it down, levels of the product. Take down levels of the product. Levels of the product. This is also being called as customer value hierarchy. We are giving another name for this, customer value hierarchy. So why it is called as customer value hierarchy? Whenever we are designing a product. So at the very beginning, at the very early stage, we said that we don't sell any product or services, rather we give a value to our customer. So that means now the time has come for us to design that value. So whenever we are designing that value, like we have to design that value as per different levels. So each level we go one after another, the value increases. So that's why it's called as a value hierarchy. So it goes, it's talking about how we add a value to customer. And also that can be arranged as per different levels. So higher the level we go, higher the value that we can give. So that is why this is called as the customer value hierarchy. Now write it down from your own words. Leave you 2 minutes. Okay, now, so first I'll explain, then after that we'll go to the note. Okay. So very basic level of this value hierarchy. I hope that we have these students. So we call this as core benefit. Core benefits. And then the next one, all the basic product. First you listen to me, then after that, once I have explained, then you can go with it. The next one is expected product. And the other level is called augmented product. And the last one we call as protected product. So those are the 5 levels. We say core benefit, basic product, expected product, augmented product, and potential product. So then I'll explain, and after that we go for it. So core benefit is it's something like the reason for people to use the product. Like if I'm saying mobile phone, what is the reason for us to use the mobile phone? Communication. So for a mobile phone, core benefit is the communication. And then the basic product is like, first we'll listen and then after that, anyway, I'm giving the notes because this is the one of the important area which I have asked the questions in the past papers several times. So minimum of 10 marks that can be given for a question like this. That means minimum 10, the maximum it would be even 15, okay, out of a 20 or 25 question, the marks. So the basic product is like, what are the basic features that require to give that format? Now, being a mobile phone, so for benefit, as you all agree, it's the communication. Okay. So the basic product means the basic, now you are a company which is designing a mobile, because now this is required at that moment. So then whenever you are designing, you are manufacturing a mobile phone, the first thing that you have to understand, okay, why the people are using this? They are using it for communication. Then what are the essential features that you have to have in your product to give the communication? That become basic product. You tell me what are the essential features that requires for a mobile phone to be inbuilt, that needs to be inbuilt, otherwise you can't do the communication. What? From a phone, if you want to communicate, but essential features should be there. Yeah, there should be a mic, there should be a speaker. So for the hearing and speaking, what else? There should be a dialing pad, yes. There should be a display, otherwise we don't know what is being dialed. And there should be a network, the connection, there should be a place to put a SIM. There should be power. And also it should be something movable, like the mobile, from the term itself, it's a mobile phone. So those are the basic features, basic product. So as a company which manufactures mobile phone, you should understand, okay, the first thing is, it is a must. I should include these features, unless otherwise I'm not delivering the core benefit. And the next one is expected product. So expected product means like you will guess the meaning from the term itself. That is easier because I always tell, even from the beginning itself, marketing is being a live subject. Try your level best to guess the meaning from the term itself. Like expected means when people want to buy a mobile phone, what do they expect from a mobile phone? Like now you and me also we are purchasing. So when we are purchasing a mobile phone, what are the features that we expect? So this time I like to listen to someone from the virtual class. When you are buying a phone, what kind of expected features that you wish to have in the mobile phone?
The battery life.
Yes, you are looking at the battery life. You see, having a battery is a basic feature, but the duration that you can use the battery is the expected feature. Yes, what else?
The quality of the speakers. The
Yes.
hearing, I mean the hearing quality.
Hearing and both the speaking and the hearing quality. So that is highly attached with the basic, but you are looking at a different perspective. What else?
Network speed, internet speed.
Yeah, network speed and the speed of the phone and what's the operation system it has. And also like probably you might be looking at the capacity, store capacity, and also like you might be looking at the camera quality. Isn't it? Okay. So all what you are expecting are the ones that's coming under expected features. So I would say like the basic product, without basic product, people don't buy it. So how about the expected product? Do you think is it important for the manufacturing of a mobile phone company to set all those features in their phone if we are looking at the expected product? Yes, they have to. Otherwise, people won't buy. Okay, so therefore, this is also something we have to keep in our product, like otherwise we won't be able to compete. So understand that expected features that is highly being controlled by the current competition. Because if you are looking at just a couple of years ago, so sometimes we didn't look at the smart features when we are buying mobile phone. But still, like the button phone that we use those days, still it has display. It has a dynamic pad. Still it has a mic and those ones. The basic features it is also there. But very hardly now people will go for button phone. Very hardly. I'm not saying that they are not going. Still, some people are going because maybe because of certain reasons. Because it matches their requirements, so that they go for button. But generally, the majority of the target market, whenever they are going for mobile phone, there are sets of smart features. Who set that standard? Competition. Initiated by Samsung. So then the earlier Nokia was the world leader. So then they were nicely enjoying the world market. Then the Samsung, which has been a Korean product. So no one thought like it's going to be that much popularized. So then the people accepted that technology, and then thereafter people start expecting that from a mobile. So then the other companies, they don't have any choice then. Whoever come into the market should come with those smart features. If that is the nature of the technology-driven industry. So if someone initiated with something, then the people adapted, then the other companies also needs to be adapted. Otherwise, the people won't go for those brands. So that's what happened even to Nokia. Now the Nokia also came up with the smartphone features. So therefore, we say that expected product also, that level also we have to meet to survive in the competition. Okay, not to give the communication, but to survive in the competition. Then the augmented feature is the your company, now you are designing a product. Just imagine like you are a marketing manager, like sitting down with your research and development team, and you are giving an idea, okay, this is the main purpose of this. So to give that main purpose, communication, you have to have these things. So that sometimes you are getting the assistance from the required technicians. And then, so you are saying that this is the situation in the market. So these features are essentially needs to be there. Now, so in the positioning strategy, we say that we want to differentiate ourselves from the others. That we have been discussing even in the competitive strategies as well, like differentiation strategy, how we make ourselves different from the others. Then you have to have something, some different features, which is customer even not expected. That we call as augmented features. So if you are adding a particular feature to your product beyond the customer's expectations, so that is the selling point that you are using for your brand. That is what we call augmented feature. So what kind of examples that we can compose in terms of the mobile phone industry? The augmented feature say that if when everyone is having a particular everyone is giving the 6-month manufactured warranty. If one company is giving like 6 months any warranty, it's augmented feature. So that is the feature that they are selling. Or else like I do remember just by the time the Oppo was just the penetrating its market. So then they are telling like they have the clear picture quality. So that is augmented feature. So it's picture quality is something people expected. So they are showing some outstanding performance. So none of the other brands in the market can beat our quality. So that is what they're saying. Okay. So that's what we call augmented feature. And also we call it as the unique selling proposition. So that is the reason for customers to select your brand instead of going for others' brands. That's what we are using for differentiating. That is also being called as point of difference. The other one is potential product. In the potential product, what happens is like, now I told you like the level it's been expanding, value is being added. So the last one is potential product, which means from the term itself, you can guess that potential means in future. That has not yet come to the market. Still in the research and development stage, probably. The potential way that we can add the value to customer. So that is what we call potential product. That is, when I ask the examples, you can use the creative, your own creative, like how the current mobile phone can be further advanced, further sophisticated. But as yeah, in terms of the software, you can keep some kind of operations, yes. Yeah, maybe like you make it as transparent, or else like you can address the main issue of going the display. So you keep a bit of a flexibility to the display. That is the main issue, like with the mobile phones, like sometimes the very expensive mobile phones are there, but replacing the display, it's like almost 1/3 of the price of the mobile phone. Okay? And maybe other problem where the customers would be suffering the power supply of the mobile phones, you can find a solution for it, like solar powered one or something. Even that potential feature would be a solution to the existing problems. Whatever keep in your mind, potential means potential, which means it has not yet come to the market. Now, if you look at these three, this has not yet come to the market. But once whoever introduces it, that will become an augmented feature for that brand, isn't it? So then, once everyone started using it, people start expecting it. So always these three evolving. Here to here someone is taking, and here to here someone is taking. But these two won't change. Need to get the point. Okay. So that's why I said that these expected features, some of the features that we are getting from the competition. So this is the novelty which is being introduced by a particular company. That is the competitive edge for that company. But once it's being copied by the others, all people expected, then you have to find something else. So that's why you have to go with the research and development. Okay, we'll play now. First, you draw this. Even the virtual students also, you can see this screen. So in the whiteboard, what I have drawn was like, I put the same kind of a picture, like the circles after another circle. So the smallest one, I name as the core benefit. And the next level, I call as the basic product. The very smallest one, that means the center of the center circle is called as the core benefit. Then the other one is basic product. Basic product. And then the next level is expected product. is expected product. And then the other level is augmented product. And the last one is potential product. Okay, so we'll go for the node. First one is for benefit. Put a small dash and write it down. Purpose of using the product. Purpose of using the product. It is also called as need of using the product. Need of using the product. Need of using the product. Example, mobile phone. Example, mobile phone. Communication. Second one, basic product. Basic product. Basic features. Basic features. Required. Basic features required. To provide the core benefit. Example, for the basic, I can take down speakers, mic, dialing pad, display, network, battery. And the other one is expected product. Expected features by the target market. So you list down whenever you want to buy a mobile phone, what are the features that you expect? You list it down. Okay, then the other one is augmented product. Augmented product. Features that beyond the customer's expectation. So you can list down like, I have given one example. Other than that, even you can list down some other augmented features that you can see in the country's mobile phone industry as well. Okay, then the next one is potential product. Potential features. Potential features that can be added advantage in the future. That can be added advantage in the future. So you want to say that solar powered one or flexibility in the display, or maybe the next generation of the software. Now even the 5G is also there, no? So that we can't write 5G. 5G probably you might write if it is only available with certain mobile phones. So you can write it as a augmented feature, but then you might write 6G or something. Okay, now so once you have taken down it, I want you to try an example. Take down this, discuss the customer value hierarchy of a hotel that you are selecting to spend the next vacation. So let me ask you something, like, do you want a break now, or shall we continue, or will you take like early class? What do you prefer? So you want a break now, and then we will continue until 4 o'clock, because only few students are there. Continue, no?
Yeah.
Okay, you also prefer. So then, like, I don't think like it's a problem for the virtual class, since it's only 3 students are there in the physical class, maybe because of the break that they had, like 2 hours break. So I thought of like, there's a kind of, the treatment for the people, those who came. So we'll continue, and then we'll take the break at last. So we'll be finishing at like 3:30 or so. Okay, try out that question. So it's worth trying that question because, in case if I'm asking that at the exam, so it should be something, a similar kind of a question. Only the product would be changed. So I'll give you another 5 more minutes, like 2:30, I'll start the answers. Okay, shall we discuss the answers? If you have enough time, so I'm asking from the virtual student. Virtual students, do you want some time?
Mm,
Is it okay?
Yeah, it's
all
fine,
right?
teacher. Yeah, it's fine,
Okay,
teacher. Yeah.
Okay. If we take like the hotel that you might decided to go for the next vacation, what is the core benefit?
Clean hotel and safety.
So any other answers from both sides?
Hotel room for spend the vacation.
So then you have to like ask from yourself, like now I specifically mentioned because some people are going for the hotel, maybe for business purposes. I specifically mentioned the hotel that you select to spend the next vacation. So why we go to a hotel for vacation? Rest and relaxation, isn't it? So that is the core benefit. And then to get that rest and relaxation, what do you want? Basic product. So then what are the basic products? There should be room, food. Okay, yeah, I would say like that would come to as the expected product. And for rest and relaxation, certainly you need a bed. So you need like beddings, like those the pillows and those kind of cases. And also like you need to have like a chair and the cupboards for where you have to keep your things. Okay. So those are basic ones. Without that, you can't rest and relax. Then expected products. So that of course depend from the country. So the ones those who are in the other context. So you can write the expected features as per your country context. So I'm taking the Sri Lankan context. So we might be looking at the Wi-Fi facilities, some entertainment facilities. What else? We may look for a pool. What else you have written?
Leisure,
Huh?
leisure activities. Leisure activities.
Yeah, some leisure activities, yes. What else that we have? Yes, clean room. Yes, the room cleaning services, like where you don't need to clean yourself. Okay. Someone would say that it would be a basic product as well. That's okay, because that's why I told you like basic product and expected product. Some cases they are very close to each other.
Village food experience.
Okay, village food experience. I would say that it is augmented. Yeah. So then augmented features.
Livelihood stations.
Yeah, livelihood and also like sometime a different kind of experience, as you said, that village food, or maybe camping experience, or maybe a safari, a free safari, musical entertainment in the night time would be like kind of a pass to go to the club or something. Yeah. So like something exceptional. It's not something common. So that is not something comes to your expected features. So when once you decided to go for a hotel for the rest and relaxation, that won't come to your mind. But in case if that hotel is there, that will give you reason sometime for you to select that hotel. Potential product. That is potential one. It is again, it's the country specific. So sometimes the example what we are discussing, we are taking only through Sri Lankan experience, but sometimes that would be available in another country. Like suppose that if you are joining from Middle Eastern, sometimes because the Middle Eastern they are massively invest on the hotels, so different unique kind of buildings. Like what you have written by the way for potential product.
Cable.
Yes, cable cars. Yes, that's not there in Sri Lanka, so therefore we can give that experience. What else? And you can have like underwater room. So that is there in some other countries, but still not developed in Sri Lanka. Is it? It's still developing, okay. By whom? In Igambo areas, okay. That's nice. It's a nice experience if that is the case. I know that in some other countries it's there, but still it's not there in Sri Lanka. And it's a news like one hotel is in the progress of developing it. So likewise, you should be capable enough to discuss all these 5 levels, no matter which product or service that I'm taking on board. Now I have taken example for a product, mobile phone, and also I have taken example for a service, which is a hotel. So I gave you a chance for you to think first, and then I discuss why, because then it will give you a chance whether you have understood it correctly or not. Then also take down before taking it down, I'll tell you, no, we can take down. Take it down, potential products represent the potential products, represent the future. Potential product represent the future. Once such features are introduced once such features are introduced by a company, it becomes augmented product. Once augmented feature is being given by augmented feature is being given by other companies, given by other companies. Customers expect such features. Then it becomes expected level. So that's the same thing happened to even mobile, but automobile industry also. Like in the stage of experimenting hybrid engine, it's a potential. So once the Toyota introduces it, then it's an augmented feature for the Toyota. So once it's been popularized with the other automobiles, now it's an expected feature. So take it down. Therefore, potential level, potential level augmented level, and expected level, are evolving. However, co-benefit and basic product, are essential, thus won't change. Okay, I'm going to explain another concept attached to this one. We call as point of parity, and point of difference. Point of parity means like it gives you like essential features that must be there whenever we are designing a product. Okay. So these essential features, it's coming in two levels. Either you want to get the membership of the category, of the product category, or else you want to be with the competition. So let me repeat it. Point of parity means essential features. Without that feature, you can't design the product. So sometimes you have to include some of those features just to get the membership of a particular category. Or else you want to survive in the competition, so that's why you want to include that. So I'll give example of this one. And the point of difference means the point where you can differentiate your product from the others. Okay. So then the point of difference, where does it match? Augmented level indicate the point of difference. So that's, but once it's being copied by the others, you lost the point of difference. So that you have to borrow that from here. Understand how the practitioners are doing it. So because then the expected product, this level, you want to be with the competition. Some of the features that is there in the expected product, just because you want to be with the competition. As I told you, like some of the smart features that you're expecting in mobile phone, just because unless otherwise you are losing the competition, like what happened to Nokia. But some of the essential features, just because if it is a mobile phone, it needs to have a direct pad, it needs to have a display. So some of those parts are in basic product. And some of those ones are expected product. So therefore, these two represent the point of parity and this represents the point of difference. They're always taking from here because it's evolving. For the virtual class, I will explain it. Like we have another two concepts, which is called point of parity and the point of difference. The point of parity means like the essential features that you have to have whenever you're designing a product. So that essential features you can get it. Either you want to be the member of a particular category or else you want to be with the competition. So like say for an example in the mobile phone, nowadays whenever you are designing, so you have to design with some smart features. So that is not because anything else, but because you want to be with the competition. And some other ones, you want to be with the product category. So I will give the examples and after that I'll give the notes as well because they are not there in the slides, but since you are practitioners, it's worth knowing it. Point of parity means essential features that you must have. Then some of those features you must have because you want to get the recognition from the category, like something like this. Now, if I say a motor car, you know that some essential features. Listen to me. So some motor cars, what are the, if you are designing a motor car, there are some features that needs to be, like it needs to have a 4-wheel. That should be something movable. There should be a covered body. So there should be an engine. So the gearbox. So likewise, there are certain features. So that is part of the point of parity. That you want to get a membership of the category that represents the basic product. Otherwise, you won't recognize this as a car. Isn't it? Because the car should provide the transportation. To provide the transportation, since it's a car, because there are some other modes of transport. If I say bicycle, then it should be a bicycle features. So then the point of parity half, it's to get the membership. But another half, like when you are designing a car in this context, you should understand people are looking for the certain features like the power gears and the auto mirrors, and also maybe power shutters, and also maybe the hybrid engine, the airbags. So from where that's coming in? Is it to get the membership of the category? No. Otherwise, you won't survive in the competition. So therefore, this POP, which represent two parts, the one you want to be in the category, and the other part you want to be in the category, the competition. To be in the category, you want to fulfill basic features. To be in the competition, you want to fulfill the expected features. Understand? Otherwise, what will happen is sometimes some companies, they are trying to create the novelty, whatever addition, point of difference. If you are adding a particular features within beyond the customer's expectation, that is going to the augmented feature, and also it's a point of difference. Okay? Where you are differentiating your product or service from the rest of the competitors. So it gives a reason for customers to come to your brand. But whenever you are like trying to bring the novelty, then make sure that you can't touch the point of parity. It's a must. Especially because if you are not giving the point of parity due to competition, people won't come. But if you are changing anything, point of parity just to be a part of product category, again, it's the failure product in the market. I will give you an example. So the Sri Lankan students, you might have seen in Sri Lanka, like we have different transportation mode, like of course we can use the car as well as trishows. Okay, trishows from the term itself, like it's a three-wheel. So then you might have seen there was a vehicle which has 3 wheels, but the body is like a car, covered one. Now it's not popular. Why? Why? Because it's nowhere. So you fail when whoever designing that vehicle challenge the product category, because the one who wants to get the 3-wheel will not go for that, because for a 3-wheel it doesn't have covered body. So one who wants to get a car, the person also not go for that option, because if the person wants a car, the person wants 4-wheel. So that the novelty, whoever the designer has brought, try to combine those two categories, but it is not successful. Because you fail to get the membership. That product is not a 3-wheel, not a car. It's neither no. So it's fair. So that we have to be very careful when, as a practitioners, whenever we are bringing the novelty, make sure you should not damage the POV. And even the other one, it's a very the universal example. It's this example is Sri Lankan example. So there is another product from Sony. Sony, what they did was like, they introduced either the gadget, it's called either 3-in-1 or 4-in-1, I exactly can't remember. So that means, if it is 3-in-1, 3 components in one, or else four components in one. So the components they joined, the radio, camera, thermometer, yes, I think those three, radio, camera, and a thermometer, the temperature reading. Okay. I think those three, that means it's 3-in-1. Okay. Again, it's fair, because people who wants to get a camera didn't go for that one, because it didn't come to their mind. And people who wants to go to a radio, again, it didn't come. And the people who wants to get the thermometer also it didn't come, because they are trying to combine 3 categories. Then finally the output didn't get the membership of any category. So therefore, as practitioners, you have to be very careful whenever you are like bringing the novelty to your product. So to make sure you are not touching POP at all. It's a must. If you want to bring the novelty to the POD, which is at the augmented level. Understand? So that is the successful cases like what Toyota did. Didn't touch to anything, keep those one as it is, bring the novelty somewhere else, so people accepted it. Take the POP, point of parity. Point of parity. Features, take down features. Features that is required. Features that are required, sorry, features that are required. Features that are required. To be inbuilt. To be inbuilt when designing a product. When designing a product. Some of those features are required. Some of those features are required. To be in the respective product category. To be in the respective product category. To be in the respective product category. Some other features are required to be in the competition. To be in the competition. POPs required for the product category. POPs required for the product category. Are the basic product. So that you can take down an example like if it's a car, 4 wheels, covered body, etc. Then POP is relevant to competition. POP is relevant to competition. Are in the expected level. Are in the expected level. Then POD, point of difference. Point of difference. Features. 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 Used to differentiate. Features used to differentiate. Company's product from the others. Company's product from the others. That represent the augmented level. That represent the augmented level. It means POD evolving. It means POD evolving, but POP for product category is fixed, while POP for competition, would evolve. So you can note it down, like you say that arrow. POP, it's representing the basic product, and of course, for benefit, it won't change. The basic product won't change anyway. The expected product and the basic product. And the augmented level is. Okay, I hope it's 100% clear. Put an aspect mark for that one. It's an important in the syllabus, and also it's very practical. And pass the message to the friends, those who didn't come today, that you have to be very thorough on this area because it's so practical and also it's very important. Now let's go to the other one. The types of products. The consumer product, basically, as you all can see, we can have 4 types of products. We can see in the market with respect to consumer product. Consumer product means like we are purchasing for consumption purpose, either for ours or for our family, not for construction purpose, because industrial products are coming under the different category. As you can see, 4 levels, 4 types are there. The convenience, shopping, specialty, and the unsold. You can guess the meaning from the term itself. You don't need to remember those ones. Convenient products are the ones that we purchase from the convenience shops. That's it. Like you don't need to have much planning for purchases, and the very frequently you are buying. And also your shopping effort, it's very low, and like the price is also low. And here, the marketeers, you should understand, the people look for this product in the convenient place to buy. So therefore, the distribution should be widely spread. And also it should be in a convenient location, and also you can promote it at the mass scale at once. What kind of product? All the FMCG products. So where you have to spread a lot of effort for the distribution and mass promotion. To make sure they can easily buy, like if you take Coca-Cola, we can buy Coca-Cola anywhere. It's mass distribution. So if you take like any laundry soap, you can buy from any convenience shop, any supermarkets everywhere. Okay. So that they are coming under convenient products. So basically, we say that FMCGs are the convenient products where we can buy from convenience shops. And the other one is shopping product, where we go for shopping. Like relatively not that frequent. And also, but we don't need much of a planning, but little bit of shopping if it requires. So we are very particular on the quality, style, and the price comparison we would do. Relatively higher price compared to convenience product. And that is available on selected places. We can't buy the clothing item, shoes, handbags, those ones we can't buy from all the convenience shops. So we have to go to the places where those things are being sold. So then they are coming under shopping product. Shopping means that we go for shopping like clothing, shoes, handbags, and those kind of things. And the specialty product are a bit of expensive product. Like, so we might go for brand preference and we might be loyal to the brand. And we need the special effort purchases. And we are not that much price sensitive. Relatively high price. And only in the area where you want to make it available. And also the promotion, you have to be very targeted promotion. Like laptops, jewelry, the properties, automobiles. Okay. So you don't need to have like mass scale promotion like for jewelry. You don't need to have promotion like what you are doing for a toothpaste. Because it's been a special product, people don't buy that frequently, and also anyway they are buying, they are the choices, the criteria for selecting a brand is different. And quite unfamiliar one is the unsold product, which like we don't search for it. So why we are not searching that product? Because of two reasons. One is we don't know we need that product. We know that that product is there, but we don't feel like we want to purchase it, so that we are not searching it. Or else we don't know that there is a product, so that we are not again searching. Okay. So like life insurance, we don't search to buy. So they are searching behind the customers. Because we know that the life insurance are there. So we know that it may have some benefits, but we don't feel like buying it. Because we don't feel like we are going to be disabled and we are going to die. That's the case. So they have to, like from the outside, you have to have very aggressive advertising and personal sale. You have to convince the people like this is what happened. There's something like that. And the price, of course, varies, and even distribution also varies. So that is because we know that their products are there, but we don't feel like we are buying. We should buy it. And I gave another reason, like some cases, we don't search because we don't know that the product is there. Like some kind of medicines. So sometimes there would be some medicines which may be good for the memory, which may be good for the long life. Who knows? We don't know, so that we don't search. So therefore, if you are a company which is handling those nature of product, then you should understand the priority should be for the awareness. Let people convince that you need this. So that should be a very customized way of offering the product. I hope it's clear. And now I'm moving to the other side, product mix. So we call it as product portfolio. So where you have to be familiar with these 4 dimensions: the width, length, depth, and the consistency. So I'm taking the example from the Unilever. So suppose that if this is the Unilever product portfolio, this of course changes as per the country, and also even certain product items might have added already. Okay? Just take At the moment, suppose that if this is the product portfolio means the number of products that the particular company is offering to the market. Now, first I'll read and then we'll go to that example. With the number of different product lines the company carries. The company is Unilever. So this is one line, food and beverage. This is another line, health and personal care, and this is another line, home care. So Unilever is having 3 product lines. So that means big is 3. Because big means number of product lines. Got it? The number of different product lines. So here 3 lines are there. So the width is 3. Then the total number of items the company carries within its product lines. Total number of items. You have to add all these things. Then you get the product line. Like here you get 2, 4, 6, 8. So likewise you have to count this part, you have to count this part and this part and get the number that is the product line. I will leave that to you. And the other one is depth. The number of versions offered in each product in the line. Number of versions. Say if I take Lux, how many versions of Lux are there? How many versions of Sunsilks are there? So likewise, you have to take each item and see how deep it has gone. That is what it's called depth. How many versions, in how many colors it's there. Even like Signal, Lifebuoy. So long as if it is having, say, if Signal is having 5 versions, then the depth of Signal is 5. So the depth we see item wise. And the other one is consistency. How closely related the various product lines are in and in end use, production requirement, distribution channels, or any other form. That means how much each of these ones are consistent with each other. So Unilever is basically having a consistent portfolio because all these things are we normally need for day-to-day life. So which is the consistency is there, but it is not a must. This is their strategy, but if we take like Hemas, their portfolio is not consistent, highly diverse because they have FMCG, they have ticketing, and they have, I think, fabric manufacturing also. So probably they may have like, they have the hospitals and the pharmaceutical company, like it's really diverse. So it's not consistent. Even SoftLogic portfolio is not consistent. So therefore, even the company that you are attached to now, you can look at like, is it consistent or not? But it is not a must because the company, sometimes the top management would think that, okay, like we have to maintain a consistent portfolio. Probably they may want to get the maximum utilization of the capacity they have because they have the skill of handling FMCG products so that Unilever is specialized in that. They want to get the specialized. But someone else would say that, no, we want to minimize the risk. So in case particular industry is falling down, still we are surviving from another industry. Understood? Like if FMCG is falling down, at least the pharmaceutical one is performing well. If construction is falling down, at least the supermarket will run. So then the SoftLogic might be looking in that angle so that they diversify their business. But another company would say that, no, we are in essential the product industry, like FMCG, anyway, people need it, so that we want to allocate all our resources to be specialized in that so that we will be the giant. That's up to the top management, but as a people, those who are working, you should understand, and maybe in the future, who knows, you may be representing the top management so that whenever you are setting the targets or the vision for your company, this may be something that you should be familiar. Okay, now I will Okay, I will leave this one. Take down, width is 3. Width is 3. And the length, you count how many there are in each and tell me what is the number for the length. So how many you get for this length?
40.
40. Yeah, that's correct. And the depth means like how many version in each line, each item, like if the lumps is having 4 versions, it's 4, that is item wise. Then now the product part is over. Okay. Product, so if you want, like you can keep down for this one, the Unilever is having consistent portfolio, whereas the Hemas in Sri Lanka does not have consistent portfolio. Because the business is really diversified. Even SoftLogic, it's not consistent. Because it's gone from the computers to mobile phones to even supermarket. To hospitals also there, no? For SoftLogic? Insurance. R series not belongs to them, no? R series SoftLogic one. I heard like the R series is under SoftLogic. I see it. What was their insurance? SoftLogic insurance. Yeah, it came to my mind. That is the purple one. SoftLogic life insurance, yeah. What was that? The construction company? No, Navaloka. Oh, that Navaloka is also like it's not consistent because they have education plus construction. Yeah. Hospitals, yeah. As you can see, like whenever you are expanding your portfolio, so sometimes your brand is so much attached to a particular product category, that may not be matches with something else. So I'll discuss that one once come to the branding. Okay. So now that's all under product. Now, as the marketeers, we have designed the product. Now we want to put a name for it, brand. So it's These include name, symbol, the design, the combination of all these things, but it gives a kind of an identification for a particular product, for a particular company. That is what we call brand. So which is having good points for both, because for the buyer's point of view, the buyers get the personality out of the brand. Like sometimes why people spending a huge amount of money for some, excuse me, luxurious brand, because they get the personality. Like why people go for Apple, why people go for Audi and the Benz. So then, like the personality, they think that that personality is inculcated for them. And also like they get kind of desired benefit out along with the brand, because if you go for a branded product and the unbranded product, we know that certain branded product is more benefits it's attached with, unlike the unbranded product. Like even if we take Sri Lankan market, we have the rice, loose rice, and the packet rice. The packet rice with the brand, but the loose rice without the brand. So we know that more benefits are there with the packet rice. And even it's the same for the oil, coconut oil, where we can get from a tap, or else we can get from a bottle with the brand. So it has some desired benefit. And also, of course, with the brand, it's easy for us to repeat purchase. It's a matter of telling the brand. And also it's represent a certain quality, because particular brand, we are matched with a certain quality, then we know that wherever we go, if we purchase that brand, we get that quality. That's for the buyer's point of view. Even for the sellers, that is good, because sellers can tell the story like what KFC is telling. So that's how I started, and now they are here, like from. So through the brand, you can tell a story to your customer base. And also like you can get a legal protection. Okay? So like for that one, of course, you have to set the brand in a certain way, then only you can get the absolute right of using the brand. I will discuss it in the next slide. And also it's helped to segment the market. You see what the Unilevers do? How many soaps are there competing with each other? Here, we will say like Sigma and Close Up. Work toothpaste, two different brands, two different products. So they are targeting for two different markets. And even Cream, Pond's, Fair and Lovely, Wesley. That's all Cream. And even Pams. The shampoo, Sunsilk, Clear, Dove. The brand, slight difference of the production formula, different segments. So that's what here it says. You can go for different segments by using the brand, the change of the product portfolio, I mean the production formula. And also it's a kind of a promise for the quality. So you can promise the quality through the brand as a seller. Right? That's what the Apple is doing. That's what all the leading brands are saying that. So they are very particular about maintaining that promising quality. What you promise in the positioning statement, you have to deliver attached with the brand. So brand doesn't necessarily be the name. Even without the name, we know what brand is it. Tell me some examples. Yeah, there are some brands, they have not used the letters. The name is not there, but still we know what is it. Apple, yes. Nike, yes. Firefox, yes. Even Shell, Pepsi. So these brands here, we know this is Apple, we know this is Nike, and we know this is Pepsi, and we know this is Shell and the Firefox. No name, but still we know what is it. Okay? So it doesn't necessarily be a name, but it will take some time to evolve up to that level. Because Pepsi has, if you just Google and see the evolution of the Pepsi, it will tell, like, this is how it has been built up. Okay? It's the same for all these brands. Now, when we are designing we have already designed a product, and now we want to set a name for it. The first decision we have to make is whether we are going with the brand or not. That is also up to the company and the target market. Suppose that if you are the company which offers coconut oil for the Sri Lankan market, so there are still a good market which much not concerned about the brand of the coconut oil. So you would design, okay, we don't need a brand name, we just go as looks, okay, so that you penetrate the market for a low price. But at the same time, in your company, you will target for another market with the brand. Maybe from the same company, you can do it. And if you decided to go for a brand, then you have to select the brand. When selecting brand, so these are some of the things that you have to be concerned. It's not a must. You can concern, because why I'm saying that it's not a must, there are certain cases, some good brands which has not considered this one, but still very much popular and very well performing in the market. So whenever you are setting a brand, it says that it's better, it's linked with the quality or the benefits that you are going to deliver out of the product. Some they have fulfilled, like we have a soap in Sri Lanka called Velvet. The benefit that they are highlighting, the selling point that they're highlighting is the softness of the skin. So if you use Velvet, your skin become very soft. So that's soft as Velvet. So you put the brand as well. Reflect the benefit. Understand? And comfort, which is not limit for Sri Lanka, it's available in other countries as well. Comfort means it gives the comfort to your clothes. So the brand itself is comfort. So it shows the benefit what you are delivering. Sunlight. So it make your clothes bright as sunlight. That was the original promise. Now only they have changed slightly. But this is not a must. There are certain brands which is not totally, which is not relevant to the product benefit, but still successful. Example, the brand doesn't have any reflection of the benefit what you get. It doesn't relate to even to product category, but still performing well. Some example, since you're a practitioners, may have more idea than product. That is not relevant to product at all. If you take only the brand itself, but still it's a good brand in the market. Anyone in the virtual class? It's a universally good brand. Starting from A. The next letter is P. It's something relevant to the mobile phones. Apple. Apple is Apple. It doesn't reflect anything about the mobile phone, but it's a universally good brand. So they have not fulfilled the first the criteria. So that's why it says that it's not a must. But if you are a company, if you are a manager, brand manager, or whoever, so putting a brand for your product, you might think that, okay, we will reflect the benefits. Sometimes we say, no, we'll take the challenge. We do something novelty and we will like supersede the conventional name. That's what Apple did. Because otherwise, like if you go and ask from the one who is in the nursery, kindergarten, and what is Apple, they would say that Apple is a fruit. Isn't it? Okay. That Apple is positioned as a fruit, but the Apple reposition much strong way in the other market like young generation and the above as a mobile brand, not as a fruit. So because if you just telling to your friend like I bought an apple, so it's obvious that you are telling it's not about a fruit, you are telling about a mobile phone. So that means it has totally the challenge the conventional position. And the other one is when you are putting a brand, it should be something easy to pronounce, recognize, and remember. If you can't pronounce, of course, you can't remember and recognize. Okay. whatever the recognizability, but it's hard to remember if you can't pronounce, because to pronounce that should come from your mind. So if you can't remember, anyway, you can't. Like some brands, since they want to bring the novelty, they may put some very like unusual name, but if it is challenging for people to pronounce, then it's a fail. Like in Sri Lanka, we had when we were small, we had a jam called Clementi Chance. So it's very unique brand, but no one can pronounce it. And those days, when we were small, like I was talking about, like I was born in 77. So then we didn't have the supermarket. So it's just the Mudalali shop, the convenience shop where you have to, there is like kind of a barrier. All the products are the town, and then we have to tell the name to the owner of the shop. So many people can't pronounce that brand, so people didn't ask it. So that jam is no more available in the market. It's a failure because the pronounceability is being challenged. And the other one is distinctive. It should be something different. You should not copy someone else's because that is not futuristic. Or sometimes you may get caught with some legal issues as well. And the other one is extendable. Make sure your brand can be extended to another category. Like, that's what I told you. Sometimes some of the brands are highly attached with a particular product category which doesn't have the extendability. Like in Sri Lanka, Bata, that highly attached with the rubber sleeves, so that you can't use that brand somewhere else. So it's sometimes a disadvantage. And even we have a supermarket called Cargill's. So they have extended its portfolio to a bank, but it was not that successful because Cargill's is highly attached with the supermarket. And even for the Sri Lankan market, Godrich, which is an Indian product, by the way. So they wanted to introduce a soap, the beauty soap. So they did a research. In fact, we from our department is the one we did the research. So they want to know, like, if they use the Godrich, how the Godrich brand has position in the market. That was the research is about. So because they want to make the decision, like whether they are using the Godrich or go for another brand name for the soap. And we have found out, like, the Godrich brand is highly attached with the hair dye and also the perception, like the position, how it's been positioned in the people's mind is like it has the chemical. Because hair dye, it's anyway, it's with a chemical. So then if they use the same brand for the soap, sometimes people will refuse it. Because even though they are putting it to the hair, they know that it's chemical, but no option. So that's why they are using it to make it black. But they may refuse to use it to the body, thinking that the chemical will be there in the soap as well. So then finally we recommended better you go for another brand because it doesn't have the extendability. The brand, it can't extend for another category. So they use Synthol. Synthol, now it's available in the supermarket. They are using the Godrich logo just to position the corporate brand, but the brand that they are using is Synthol. Otherwise, it's going to be utter failure. Extendability. But some brands are good in terms of the extendability, like Apple, that has gone for different. Signal, that has gone to different kind of, because Signal, you can extend to some sub-products in the toothpaste. Tooth-related one, it's okay. Not beyond that. Okay. Because it's highly attached to that category. And also it should be something easy to translate. At least to main languages in the world. Otherwise, in case if you have a chance of going to an international market, so in those countries, if a different language is being used and from that language, if you are having a kind of a strange meaning, then you can't use the benefit from the brand that you have already established. So there is one case, Noha. Noha, it's a vehicle, but in Spanish, Noha means can't move. So no one wants to get a vehicle which can't move. So once they use that brand in the country where the Spanish is being spoken, it failed. So that because that has kind of a the disadvantages out of the translation ability. And the other one is whenever you are putting a brand, make sure that you will be able to get the legal protection, because you are going to get the absolute right of using it. Because if you have a name, if it is been there, if it is been registered as a full name with a birth certificate, like legally, no one else can use as it is. Partly can be used, but not fully. It's only for you. So same way, your brand should be something unique so that you can't use the common term. Sun, moon, beach, you can't use. The national, you can't use. You can use, but you can't get the legal right. You can't get it registered. So once it's registered, you might have seen like some brand which has like R circle, R which has been circled, registered as a trademark or trade name. Even if you can use some common name, but the way that you are writing needs to be different. Like that's why you might have seen in some shops. So they have put the different the spellings. So that because it's unique, it's not the correct spelling. So because if you use the correct spelling, then it becomes a common name which you can't get the absolute right. Even sunlight, it has not been registered. You can't see the sunlight with a small r. It's not a trademark registered one, because sunlight is sunlight, and they have written in the normal way so that anyone can use it. That name. Even anchor, same disadvantage is there, because it's a well-known brand in Sri Lanka for the poultry milk powder, but anchor is anchor, which you can use to stop the results. And even their mark is also like anchor. So there was a case, the one company wants to introduce a milk powder using the anchor. Anchor can't stop it because they have not registered it, they can't register. Because it's a common thing. The only thing is anchor company had to pay a huge amount of money for that company, saying that don't do it. You use another brand because we have already built up. If you are going to use it, then that means like automatically that benefit goes to yours. Understand? So therefore, like whenever we are putting a name, we have to be very careful to make sure try our level best to fulfill these requirements. Level best to fulfill. Some cases you can make a challenge, especially for the first one, as the Apple did. Any questions? Okay, so since I didn't give the period, I think we will have the early class today. I'm going to stop now. So we'll see you next Saturday. Have a good weekend for tomorrow.